First of all, I want to say the Clark Sisters was such a great movie, and I think people need to discover that. What a great performance you did, as well as everybody in that film. So, thank you for
Oh,
that.
thank you. Thank you. That's one of my favorites.
And let's talk about the subject.
Mhm.
This is just a wonderful genre-breaking thriller. It's almost like a Twilight Zone episode,
Mm,
the way it twists
mm,
and turns.
mhm.
What attracted you to the project?
I think, yeah, just what you said, that it is the twist of it, right? And Chisa Hutchinson, her great writing, and the way that she wrote Leslie and Phil, in a way that feels like I hear this woman's voice. She doesn't feel foreign to me. And yeah, and then I had the wonderful direction of Lanny and able to talk to her about it. And it just felt like a world that I wanted to be in for a while.
In reading a script, there has to be this muscle where you can actually kind of see how it's going to play out in your mind, in your mind's theater. Um,
Mhm.
because a lot of people read scripts and they don't get it, but you got this.
Sure, sure, sure. Yeah, yeah. And yeah, yes. Because I think that, you can a character like this can be tropey, that grieving Black mother. And I've been in situations where a person, when writers don't know what that is really, but they try to write it and it can feel empty. But Chisa's approach did not feel that way. It felt full. It felt full, and probably because there are parts of herself that are in Leslie. Yeah.
I do think that in anybody else's hands, this would have been a one-dimensional kind of role, but you really did give it so many layers. Even in the silences, you're just an amazing performer.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Uh,
Thank you.
does does that come from your years of stage training?
Oh God.
It's an unfair question, but
No, it does not. It does not. I gotta say that my acting school, and this is, I certainly, my experience at NYU was game changing, and I am so appreciative of that. But my real acting school started happening when I started acting. I had to learn on the job. And I've worked with some really incredible people. Some of them are famous. Some of them no one will ever know, really. But that's how I learned how to be better, because I'm still growing. I'm still trying to learn. But and then the other thing that I did outside of just learning on the job was I watch a lot of film. Watch a lot of television, particularly film, though. A lot of foreign stuff, because a lot of foreign film, you can just breathe more on camera.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's a freer type of filmmaking in other
Yes.
countries. Is it true that every set is an education?
Oh my God, yeah. If you are lucky enough to see it that way, yes. If you are lucky enough to see it that way, yeah. Because you can come into situation. I thankfully, thank you God, learned a while back. I've never had any sort of presumptions of my abilities. Never. I wasted a lot of time when I was much younger on some, the professional side of it rather than the craft side of it. But when I came into like, I want to be a better actor, and I was open to learning, it was the best thing that ever happened to me. And so when I'm on sets with someone like, Sam Jackson or someone like Denzel Washington, or the lovely actors who were in the Clark sisters, those young women who had never been in front of a camera before in their lives, unless they were singing, it's still school for me. It's still school for me. And it will always be. It will always be.
But there's also that other part of his business that, you did go through, which is the business part of show business, where, you got to know contracts, and it's the side that nobody talks about, where you have to sit there and make sure every I is dotted and all of that. Otherwise, it's unfair.
Yeah, I mean, I've made some, not some of the best decisions.
I hope this interview was a good one.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is a result of a better decision making. How about that?
But you have to learn that process.
Yeah, and I'm not the most, I need to actually do better still with that, But what I am doing is, and I'll use this word, diversifying, not putting all my, little creative eggs in acting and doing other things. And you kind of have to do that.
Yeah. In our final moments together, and thank you so much for this amount of time you've given me. Will you be hopping behind the camera more and more, directing, producing? Is that what you're talking about, other creative eggs?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I have no interest in being a director. That is they have to be at work too early in the morning. That's not what actually not true. I have to be at work before a director has to be at work, but their days can go a lot longer than mine. So I'm not interested in being anybody's director. I do want to produce. I am interested in producing. I've been doing that a little bit more so, and definitely writing.
And congratulations on 61st Street. That seems like it's going to be just a great series.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I hope so. I'm working with some people that I have a lot of respect for. So I hope so. That's my fingers are crossed on that.
It is such a pleasure and an honor to chat with you and get to know you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. You have a good day.
You too. And get some coffee.
Yes, right?
All right.